is a really important operator that we need to learn about. And it's not an operator that we necessarily think of when we think of math. So, as a reminder, operator, that term means like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So whenever you hear me use throw around that term operator, that's what I'm talking about. But there's another one that we don't typically think about whenever we're thinking about math, and that's the modulus operator. And it's very important in computer programming. And the symbol for that is the percentage. And that's pretty much standard for most languages out there. There's a lot of wacky languages out there. Maybe that's not the case for that, but anyway, this is the symbol. And it's this percent. And what modulus says is divide the number on the left by the number on the right. So if I say print 5 mod, this is actually a bad example, I need a different number, 10. If I do 10 mod, let's say 3. This is saying divide 10 by 3, but instead of giving me the result, give me like the main result, give me the remainder. Think about long division. Maybe you're in middle school and you've seen it, where they have that division symbol that kind of goes like this, number here dividing the big number here, and then you have numbers that end up going up here as you work the problem. That's long division. And at the end of that long division, we have remainder. So we, on our answer at the top of that bar, at the end of that there's an R followed by a number. That is the remainder. That number is the result of the modulus operator. So that asks the question, what is the remainder whenever we divide, in this case, 10 by 3? So let me just clear this out real quick. And let's run that. Let's do Python, and this file is called mod.py. That's what I created. And you see the result here is 1. Think about when we divide 10 by 3. How many times does 3 go into 10? Well, the answer goes into it 3 times. Because you can take that 3 and multiply by 3, you get 9. So in long division, you would subtract 10 minus 9. You would get 1 left over. You'd put that, bring that down, and you ask the question, how many times does 3 go into 1? And the answer is 0 times. And so your answer at the top would be 3 remainder 1. Modulus just grabs the 1, and that's the result. And you can see here, that is the result here. You have a 1 there. So we asked, what is 10 mod 3? All right, and this is very helpful for a lot of applications. And let's go ahead and run another example real quick. Let's print out 100 mod, let's say 27. Go ahead and save and run this. Look at that, the answer is 19. So whenever we divide 100 by 27, the amount we have left over is 19. And this is very helpful for like a myriad of different applications. An example might be like error handling or error checking of like a data packet. You might use it to detect what multiple of sequence you're on. Let's say that we're running, I don't know, let's say we're running a sequence and you want to grab every fourth number between 1 and 100. Mod's going to help you do that. So if we want to print out every fourth number between 1 and 100, I'll make a loop here. I'll say for index in range. I'll say range of 100. I want to print out every number that is a multiple of 4 between 1 and 100. So I'll say if index mod 4, that is equal to 0. There's no remainder, as in it divides evenly by 4. I'll print the index. I did say 100, so as the code is now, it's going to print out 0. We'll fix that in a second, though. Let me check this out, 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, etc., 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 all the way up until 96, and 100 was not printed out because of an off by 1 error. So I'm actually going to say range 101 to get that off by 1 error to be fixed. Now I'll run it again. Okay, there's 100. The reason why this off by 1 error is happening is because this is basically saying so long as index is less than a number in here. And if it is not less than that number, then don't run the loop. And so when index gets to 100, when this was set to 100, it says, is 100 less than 100? The answer is no. 100 is not less than 100. It's equal. So this loop didn't run as a result. That's why I went ahead and changed that to 101, just so that I could get 100 in there. If I want to make it where 0 doesn't print, I can simply do this. I can say, and index does not, that exclamation point equals is does not equal 0. Run this. There we go, 4 to 100. Thanks to this little guy right here, that percentage. All right, so the next thing is going to be an assignment. It's a really classic problem in programming. We call it the FizzBuzz problem. And used to, it was like a really common question for interviewers just to really quickly gauge how much coding knowledge does a candidate have for a position. And if they can do FizzBuzz, and they can reasonably assume that they have at least a beginner level of programming knowledge. So that's going to be the assignment next, is to do the FizzBuzz program, and the next video will be describing that problem in detail. So I'll catch you in the next one.